All right, if you will go back to your linear equation word problems, this is notes 311. We're going to move down to standard form now. So we're going to work on standard form. Okay, the first thing that you need to know about standard form is ax plus by equals c. So some of the important information you need to know about this is it's going to be talking about two objects, and we need to identify those objects. Now, personally, I think standard form is easier than slope-intercept, but I'll let you take your pick after you do today. Okay, Sam ordered 2 hamburgers and 3 hot dogs from the concession stand at the baseball game. His bill came to $19.05. If hamburgers cost $5.25 each, write and solve a linear equation to find the cost of each hot dog. So starting off, the two things that we are talking about are hamburgers and hot dogs. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put X and I'm going to put Y. I'm going to call X my hamburgers and Y my hot dogs. Now that I know those are the two things I'm talking about, I'm going to go back to the problem and find everything I can about hamburgers. And I'm going to circle it. I know there are 2 hamburgers. And I know that hamburgers cost $5.25. Okay, that's all they gave me about hamburgers. So now I'm going to move to hot dogs. I know that there are 3 hot dogs. And I want to find the cost of a hot dog. So I'm going to put a question mark because I don't know that. The only other piece of information that I have is that his bill came to $19.05. Okay, that is my total. So I'm going to write total $19.05. Now, once you have all the information about hamburgers, all the information about hot dogs, and what your total is, you're ready to set up your equation. When you set up your equation, you're looking in a column. So like I have both numbers of how many I bought, but I don't have both cost. So I'm not going to use the cost to write the equation. So just like what we did yesterday, step 1, write the equation. A is going to be how many hot dogs? So 2x, because I mean not hot dogs, hamburgers, because I have 2 of them and hamburgers are x. Plus B is going to be how many hot dogs? So 3y, and I always equal my total, 1905. Now that I have that, that's my equation. Step 1's done, right? Step 2 is solve. So now you go back and you look at the piece that you have. This is my missing piece. This is the piece I have. I'm going to take the piece I have and plug it into the letter it goes with. So 525 goes with X. So we're going to take 2, but instead of putting X, we're going to put 525, close that parentheses, plus 3Y equals 1905. And now I'm just going to solve for Y so I know the cost of the hot dog. So 2 times 5.25 is 1050 plus 3Y equals 1905. Now to get Y by itself, we must subtract the 1050. That gives me 3Y equals, so 1905 minus 1050 is 855. And then to finish this off, we just divide by 3. And Y will equal 285, and this is money, per hot dog. Because they asked me to find the cost of a hot dog. So you have to label that this is the cost for a hot dog. And that was step 2. Okay, flipping over to the back, we got 3 more. Tickets at a school play cost $4 in advance and $5 at the door. Total ticket sales for an evening production were $440. If no tickets were sold in advance, write and solve a linear equation to find out how many were sold at the door. So my important information, the 2 things I'm talking about are advance tickets and at the door. So I'm going to put X, put Y, and again, I'm going to put total. This is always your format for these. I'm going to call X advanced and Y at the door. Now I'm going to go through and find everything I can for advance. I know advanced tickets are $4 because they say advanced are $4. And it says that no tickets were sold in advance, so 0 tickets. Now I'm going to go by and find everything I can about at the door. At the door tickets are $5. And I want to find how many were sold at the door. So this is my missing piece. I don't know it. And I know that the total ticket sales was $440. Okay, now that I have my information, there should always be 2 things on each letter. One's missing and a total. We're ready to set up that equation. So remember, you can't use the question mark column. You have to use the other one. So we're going to put 4 with X plus 5 with Y, and it equals the total, 440. This was step 1. Write your equation. Okay, step 2 is to take the piece we know, not the piece we're missing, and plug it into the letter it goes in. So we're going to do 4 times, and 0 goes with X, so 0, plus 5Y equals 440. Now, 4 times 0 is 0, so I have 5Y equals 440. You can drop and ignore that 0. It doesn't do any good. So we're just dividing by 5, and Y equals 88. And since we're finding tickets at the door, this would be tickets at door. Box that answer. You just did part 2. Okay, 2 more examples, and you're going to try about 5 of these on your own. All right. Karen's piggy bank has all dimes and quarters. The total value of the money in her piggy bank is $11.40. If Karen has 36 quarters, write and solve a linear equation to find the number of dimes she has. Okay, the 2 things we're talking about is dimes and quarters. So I'm put X, put Y, put total. All right, the first number, oh wait, hold on. X is going to be dimes. Y is going to be quarters. I did forget the R. There we go. Okay, the total value is $11.40. So I got my total. And Karen has 36 quarters. I want to find the number of dimes she has. So I don't know how many dimes. Now, if you look at this one, it didn't give us as much information as the one in the past. And the reason why is because they're calling on prior knowledge. They think that you know something about dimes and quarters, which you should, because we know that a dime is worth 10 cents, so 0.10. And we know that a quarter is worth 25 cents, so 0.25. Okay, now that you have these 4 things, one's missing, and your total, you're ready to set up your equation. Now remember, when you set up the equation, so step 1, you don't use the missing piece. You use the one where you have both pieces. So I'm going to put 0.10x plus 0.25y, and it equals my total of 11.4. That is step 1. Okay, step 2, plug in the piece you have. I'm missing dimes, but I do know quarters, so quarters is y. So I'm going to do 0.10 and keep x because x is dimes, plus 0.25 times 36 because I know that I have 36 quarters, and it equals 1140. Now I'm ready to solve this. We're going to do 0.25 times 36, which is 9. So I have 0.10x plus 9 equals 1140. I must subtract the 9. That leaves me with 0.10x equals 2.4. I must divide by 0.10, and I get x equals 24. And they asked me to find how many dimes, so 24 dimes. And there's my answer. That was step 2. Okay, last one. The Oakville High School Marching Band sold gift wrap to earn money for a band trip. Solid colored gift wrap sells for $3.50 per roll, and printed gift wrap sells for $5 per roll. The band needs to earn $2,500 for an upcoming competition. If the band sells 325 rolls of printed paper, write and solve a linear equation to find the number of solid paper they must sell. So my important information is we're talking about solid and printed. So X, Y, total. I'm going to call X solid because I saw that one first, and Y printed. Now I'm just going to read through here. I know that solid is 350. And I know that printed is 5. The band needs to earn $2,500, so that's my total. Oh, too many zeros. And the band sells 325 printed, so 325 printed. Find how many solid. I don't know solid, question mark. Okay, so you've got your 4 things with your one missing piece and your total. Make sure you use the column with both pieces there. So step 1, plug in your equation. We're going to do 350x plus 5y equals 2,500. There's my equation. Box that in. Got that done. Step 2, plug in the piece we know, not the missing piece. The piece I know is 325, which is y. So we're going to do 350x plus 5 times 325, and it equals 2,500. Okay, so 5 times, let me clear this out so there's not too much information. 5 times 325 is 1625. I bring down 350x plus, I bring down equals 2,500. I'm going to subtract 1625. That gives me 350x equals 875. I divide by 350. And that gives me 250, and I am finding solid paper rolls. So 250 solid papers rolls. And there's my answer. Okay, now that you've seen the notes, you've got 5 problems to try on your own. Stop and ask questions if you need to.